here at a 3-mile landing strip wide enough to fit all my cars, and we just filmed that video with my mom versus my dad. If you haven't seen it, make sure to go check it out. While I was here, I knew we might have a little bit of extra time, so I brought out the R32 and the R34 GTR, which I know you guys wanted to see a matchup with. The problem is, I couldn't think, who could I have drive my R34 GTR? Yoan's here! So yeah, you ready to drive this thing? I think you're probably the fastest driver that's ever driven this thing.
Yeah, when we finished it, one of the stages, I drove it on the street. I feel comfortable, so. Can't wait. It's pretty stoked.
You definitely have more blood, sweat, and tears in this car than like any other car, so it only felt right. I'm excited to drive this one, but before we do our race, we're gonna take a quick look at the compound to see exactly how these cars differ, how they stack up, what the power looks like on the dyno, and then we'll do some real world testing and see which car's faster. All right, so we're gonna follow a similar structure to what we did with the race with my mom and my dad. There are 3 important things to trying to figure out who's going to win a race. One is weight, one is power, and the other is the only thing that meets the road, the tire. First up, weight-wise, you can assume that the R32 is going to be lighter. The 34 is 10 years newer, so with a lot of safety equipment, the car getting bigger. It's no surprise that when my personal R32 weighed in at 3,200 pounds flat, this thing weighed a whopping 3,526, so over 300 pounds heavier, which is surely going to make a difference. Power-wise, these cars are actually incredibly similar. The R32 GTR that was just tuned made 647 horsepower, when the R34 made around 657. As expected, the R32 GTR has a clear power to weight advantage, but what's interesting is when we look at the dyno graph between both cars, even though the R34 makes about 10 more wheel, it actually makes quite a bit more mid-range. Mind you, these graphs are pretty dang similar, but this is a notable difference considering that the R34 has a 2.6 liter bottom end, where the R32 has a 2.8 liter bottom end. The twin turbos also seem to have a bit more air pushing up top versus the HKS turbo that kind of runs out of breath past 7,000 RPM, which is why the R34 revs a bit higher. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that the 2.8 would have more bottom end and more mid-range, but what I've learned about this engine setup is that the HKS pistons actually drop compression, kind of old school when you're running pump gas so you can run more boost. This is slightly higher compression. This is 9-to-1, 2.6 bottom end, and I think the HKS pistons, from what I understand, are somewhere closer to like 8-to-1, but I can't confirm it anywhere. Another notable similarity between the cars is they both have very similar head packages. Both of them have VCAM Step 2, which basically adds a variable intake cam to the engines, which if you know RB26s, they usually take a while to spool turbos. Having the variable intake cam usually moves the power curve like 1,000 RPM sooner. This setup is twin Garrett GTX 2860 Gen 2s. They have great mid-range, they make great power. The only thing I've struggled with this car, and I don't know exactly what the case is, maybe the turbo setup, maybe it's something in the head. Transient response between gear shifts is not very good. The turbos always need to spool back up unless you flat shift the car. This car has the full HKS GT34R setup kit. It's a very old school turbo for something new that you can buy. Journal bearing, it can't even hold more than 23 pounds past like 7,000 RPM, but the transient response is really good, so this car doesn't lose any boost between shifts. Both cars are still ITBs.
Oh my God.
This car, we did a full, basically, resto mod in-house, and then this car was built by Tommy Effia up in Connecticut. Both cars also have PRP coil kits and trigger kits, which are available on the shelf at drifthq.com. For fuel, both cars are running Ignite Red, which gets sent through D-Works fuel pumps and D-Works injectors. But my favorite similarity of all between both cars is the gearing. The R32 has a 6-speed transmission from an R34, and the R34 has front and rear diffs from an R32 GTR. So basically, both cars have the same exact gear ratio, which is a 411, paired with a 6-speed transmission that was built for a much longer gear ratio. So the gears are very short, close together, and they make the cars a blast to drive. Now, of course, tires are the only thing that connect these cars to the ground, but we are lucky that both these cars are all-wheel drive, so traction will be less of an issue being on an unprepped surface. The R34 GTR is on R888R. It's a 275. It's a decent like street tire that has some grip. Drives me nuts because they're super noisy. You guys will hear them in the video. And then the R32 GTR is on what I think is a bit more aggressive compound, much stickier Nitto NTO1 in a 255/4017. Even though the GTR is a little bit bigger tire, it's heavier, so I think it's fair to say tire-wise, the cars are about balanced.
Oh God. What did I do? What was that? I like clutch kicked fourth. Did I go into the wrong gear? Or I went back to third? Uh-oh. I think my box is done. Big sad.
Messed up on the launch, but that's why we do a practice run.
I got too excited and might have made my box go boom. So that's first, second, third, fourth. Maybe it's okay, or maybe I went into sixth. I think that's what happened. Ooh, scary. Bro, I clutch kicked sixth gear. I thought my box was done and I just made like a $12,000 mistake, but we're good. I want to see what Johan thought. He's got a giant smile on his face.
Felt good. I messed up on launch, so hopefully I could get my stuff together, and I didn't miss third, so that's good.
Yeah.
I took my time, so.
No 125.
No. So I think if I get my launch right, it'll be neck to neck. Messed up on launch. But.
I clutch kicked sixth gear, so.
Oh shit.
Look, we've got two very expensive gearboxes.
Right.
Save the gearboxes.
Yep.
All right, let's have some fun.
Yep.
Something broke or I ran over something. Oh God.
That was good. He still got me.
All right. The car looks like it's intact. I just lost my fender liner. Whew. That was scary. Felt like my engine exploded, so I was very pleasantly surprised when it didn't. Always a good day. That was actually pretty close. This thing is so fast. It's kind of ridiculous. I got the win, bro, but I was scared shitless. I thought my engine blew. It was actually my fender liner ripped out. Okay. And it launched the front end of the car up in the air. Really? I like clutched in, I like almost turned the car off, and I was like, oh my God, is it gonna turn on? And it was fine. And then I got out, I was like, what happened?
We saw some stuff on track and figured something happened.
Dude, that's like best case scenario. Oh, my grill? Oh no. Did it get scratched? Ever so slightly.
Jesus.
This was fresh paint. How did my grill fall out? Did that just happen? That just happened when I... Man, the aerodynamics on the R32 GTR definitely not as good as the R34 GTR. Yeah, we're gonna need to tie that front end. There's my new lip. At least we still got the lip. My grill could be worse. Yeah,
At least this part will buff.
Yeah, that you won't see that much. It's just these on the edge. Yeah. I guess it'll get rock chipped anyway. I want to put it back in, but I don't want it to fly out again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That stuff.
Yeah. We gotta tie the lip so the lip doesn't fly off again. We were probably going pretty fast.
Yeah.
This is a fast car.
I would imagine.
We were touching fifth,
Yeah, it was
sixth.
It was way closer of a race than I thought.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 more. We'll see if y'all can pull some stuff out of it, like some zip ties so we can fix my bumper. All right, we're gonna keep my grill safe in the car so it can't get scratched. Yeah, let's go, baby. He's done. Good car. So that car makes more power, but the transient on this thing is just always on it. It's good. What an adrenaline rush. Man, this is such a fantastic car. I love it. Big smiles. Nothing flew off my car that time. Just how I like it.
Went into 6. Yeah, mid-shifted into 6 in that one. Launch felt good, it's just that for some reason that car is pulling on me.
This is such a fast car. Yeah, I'm very, very pleased with it. Nothing flew off that time, so that's exactly what I want in my cars.
That's good.
Yeah.
That one felt good. I was staying up with him. That car is still faster, and then at the end I mid-shifted into 6. So
I heard a little switch there.
yeah, so it felt good though. It's fun.
How was it?
It was great. I was like keeping up with you. That car is just, I don't know.
It's fast.
It has to be the driver, or it's faster. On paper, this car is faster.
But yeah, but I got a little less weight than you.
Right.
We could swap cars if you want for the last race. You can hop in that, I'll ride with this one.
Sure.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll switch seats. Let's see. Feel tighter in here. Not as big as the 34.
It's gonna be weird because it's like the same car, but the shifting's actually quite a bit different. We'll see. Ooh, wow, the clutch pedal's so much softer farther forward.
This thing rips. Oh, damn. Thank you, Adam. This was fun. This thing rips.
It was closer. Flat shifting definitely helped. Still wasn't enough though. This car's good, but man, that 32 is something else special. Ooh, my lips flying around. What a good time. We literally crammed in these races in like 30 minutes, but I'm so glad we were able to do it. I burned the crap out of this clutch. It's way softer than the other car.
I don't know if you let me win, but that was fun. This thing is crazy. I messed up the launch, but it still freaking kept up there. I messed up the launch, but this thing is fast. Unless he let me win, but
Yo, this car's fast, right?
Yeah.
I hopped in that car and I flat shifted every gear and it still wasn't enough.
Wow, really?
But yo, I burned the crap out of that clutch off the line. It's so much softer.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one feels heavy. I messed up the launch.
Did you?
Yeah.
Either
So,
way, you still beat me,
no,
so
yeah.
shows how fast the car is.
Yep.
Just as I predicted, the R32 took the win, but the R34 put up a decent fight.
Yeah, I feel that my last run, even though I missed shift 6, I will still stay up there with you. No flash shifting either. So that's good.
It's a good car, but man, this is so much more exciting to drive.
Yep.
We got to work on some of the body panel stuff. I know Tommy Yeffia doesn't normally build cars that go over 30 miles an hour, so he's probably not used to that, you know. But actually, no, that was pretty good. I think on the way out of here, we're gonna go get some food. I'm gonna do a draggy hit on the R32 just because I'm curious what kind of quarter mile it would do even out here. But great work, thank you for driving, great driving.
Thank you.
Hope you had fun. Hope you guys liked this video, and yeah, thank you. Okay, bye.
When you said